know, being the eldest of the group, when they talk about it takes a village to raise a child, East St. Louis personified that. Like Lamont said, well, he's younger. But when I was growing up, I was only child. But everybody around me, 9 kids, 10 kids, 6 kids, and they all looked after everyone. If you do something, before you get home, it has gotten back to your grandmother or your parent or whatever. And Miss Smith could discipline you just like your mother could. We looked after the children. Well, we didn't have this situation where strange people come in the neighborhood and be trying to talk to the kids. You know, we just didn't have that. The men protected the community, their household. My father was a politician, so I got it from both sides, okay? And when there was an issue with doing the riots and people wanted to come in and burn down the city, the men got together up at Austin's. They got on top of the roof with shotguns to anybody that came into our community. They had a problem. And also on Bond Avenue, I know Linda wouldn't remember this, but when we moved, the trees from one side of the street met the trees from, the trees from the other side of the street, so it was like a tunnel going down Bond Avenue. We had beautiful homes, you know. So I love East St. Louis. I love it so much, I don't even like going out of town to this day. If I go, I'll stay 1 or 2 days, then I gotta come back home. You know, I have to come back home, you know, and I look at the way it is now, and a lot of it is not so much people who grew up in East St. Louis, a lot of it is people who migrated to somewhere else who didn't have the same pride about East St. Louis that you would have. I used to imagine, I said, if I ever got rich, I'm going to buy me a bulldozer, and I'm just going to go and tear down houses and cut grass and clean it up. But like I said, my father was a politician. So from a political standpoint, when Mayor Fields left, it wasn't a lot of money left. They had robbed the city, okay? So then you had another mayor to come in, and it's just like anywhere else. They take all that they take, and then somebody else come in, and there's nothing left, and they have to clean up. It's a lot like President Obama. They had to clean up somebody else's mess. And that's how it is in East St. Louis. You know, we have steadily been deprived of the resources that we need in order to function. Just like with our department, I think that our biggest problem is the lack of education about the resources available. And you assume that everybody knows, or everybody knows that you can go and get a medical card. Everybody knows that you can go to the health district to do this. Everybody knows that you can go to intergovernmental grants and get assistance with utility bills or whatever. But they don't. And when you start talking to people, then you realize, I didn't know that. Well, you know, in the back of your mind, well, where you been, you know? But it still goes back to having that, it's that family community thing. I worked for District 189 and Project Conquest. I worked as a remedial reading teacher, and I see my clients, my students, come in here. Hey, Miss So-and-so, you know, and I'm some of you remember, some of you don't. And then when if they know you, then they'll come and start talking to you, and then they'll tell you your problems. And okay, well then you need to do this, that, and the other. And then you get their children, and then you have that motherly, maternal instinct comes out. well, you know, you need to do this, that, and the other, you know. And a lot of times that's what our clients need. They don't have somebody to talk to them, to try to tell them what to do or what they should do or shouldn't do. Nobody would take the time in order to talk to them, you know, to try to help them. So just turn into mama and daddy.
Yeah.
So,